If you're a gardener that struggles to grow roses in Florida, watch this video and you'll learn everything you need to know on how to grow them perfectly. So coming to tip number one is giving them the proper sunlight. Now, although roses are marked as full sun-loving plants, I find that they grow better in partial sun. So planting them in an area that receives only about 3 to 4 hours of direct sunlight is what makes them thrive. Whether you grow them in the ground or in a container, just make sure you put them in an area where they receive some type of shade throughout the day. Coming to point number two is their watering. Roses, in order to do really well here in South Florida, they need to receive a lot of water. Now, of course, I'm not saying to plant them in a boggy area where they sit in water, because if a rose sits in water, they will rot out or even have fungal issues. I'm just saying that they cannot really dry out a lot, because then that will prevent any new growth from growing or any new buds from forming. So I find that watering them 3 to 4 times per week actually keeps them happy. Now, of course, if you receive lots of rain, which here in Florida we receive rain daily, then skip that day of watering. But if you see that you are very dry for the entire week, then I would go ahead and plan ahead and give the rose bush ample amount of water for them to go ahead and stay hydrated. And coming to point number three is putting them on a feeding schedule. Just like any plant out in the garden, they always benefit from supplemental nutrients. Now, since we're talking about an ornamental plant, you can really use anything you have on hand. However, since I'm an organic gardener, I tend to feed all my plants earthworm castings or an organic fertilizer. I hit them with a dose of earthworm castings about once a month, and I find that roses love earthworm castings. That's like black gold for them. So making sure you stay consistent in feeding will allow the plant to promote new growth and new buds, and you'll see that your rose bush will always be in flower because you stay on top of feeding. Now, coming to point number four is you have to stay on top of general maintenance. Roses need to be deadheaded as well as pruned. Now, deadheading is technically just a term us gardeners use to describe when we remove spent blooms from a flowering shrub or perennial. Now, this is commonly seen in roses as it helps promote new flowers, which is ultimately what you want. Unless the plant is genetically made to where it doesn't need to be deadheaded, every single one of them need to be deadheaded. So not only do they stay looking pretty, but also because it helps them continuously bloom. And number two is to stay on top of pruning. Now, this is really important that many gardeners skip over, because they see their bushes growing and growing, and they say, I don't need to prune. Now, I recommend pruning twice a year. I usually prune my roses a third down, once in the springtime, about early spring, and then once in early fall, because then it helps me have 2 flushes of blooms, so I have flowers throughout the entire year. Now, this varies depending on where you are located, but since we're talking about Florida in this video, that's the rule of thumb I use. But if you live in upper Florida and you get colder, you might see yourself pruning only once a year. And finally, point number five is to stay vigilant. Roses in general tend to be very vulnerable to lots of common pests and disease in my area. Now in Florida, the one I have seen the most is aphids, which I can kind of agree with other gardeners is a devastating pest that just decimates your plants as they suck the energy and life out of your plants. You have to stay vigilant and check your plants at least once every 2 weeks to once every month. I do this as a general rule as it helps me catch any early signs of pest or disease. So it gives me ample amount of time to treat the plant so it doesn't really go through any damage. So I always use neem oil to treat all of my plants in case that anything attacks them, and I've always had a great success with it. Now, something I do to prevent aphids as a general thing is to spray my roses as soon as they're flushing out in new growth with the neem oil at least once a week, so then it kills off any eggs or any traces of the pest or disease. And from there, you'll see that your plant stays happy and healthy. Then you'll see that growing roses in your Florida garden will be easy peasy. Not to mention, there is a wide range of varieties out there for you to choose from. Just do a bit of research before choosing one, as you want to make sure you choose one that grows in your zone. I tend to see that all the knockout roses do phenomenal here, and certain varieties from bloomables also do very well. Now, I love roses, and one of the main reasons why I never planted them in my garden was because of the struggles I went through. But once I experimented with a few varieties and saw the proper way to grow them, I am definitely adding a few more varieties this year. Comment down below what is your favorite variety of rose to grow, and what is your experience like here in Florida? Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on the bell notification button so you get notified when I release a new video. And as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your entire family, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye, everyone.